What's going on, guys? Jake Teasler here with the latest Mustang and automotive news. Today I wanted to show you guys this really cool build that this guy's doing over at Mustang 6G. So he's got a 2018 Mustang GT, and if you go ahead go over to Mustang 6G, you can read all the details. But basically, he's had a history of having some fast cars. He had a Paxton car, he had a twin turbo car, and basically now then he had a GT 500, and now he's taking this car and he wants to do a twin turbo kit, but he wants to do it his own way. So he did something a little different. I've not seen anyone do this before, which makes it unique. And basically he bought a twin turbo kit from CX Racing. Now if you don't know what CX Racing is, they've been in the game a really long time. They're known for selling basically cheap kits. They're Chinese, made, material, and it's not super high quality, but I see a lot of people get away with it and run these kits reliably for a little while. And also I see a lot of people that have busted manifolds that get burned up and everything. They crack and they get thin and they wear out, and it's just, I had a turbo MR2 that I put a big turbo on it, and I had to buy an adapter plate, and it's really annoying if the build quality on the manifold and the adapter isn't properly done, because you're always dealing with a leak, or you have to take this turbo off and on. So if that's something, we're gonna see if this guy's kit holds up and how well it holds up. But I wanted to share this with you because I think it's pretty neat. He's doing this in his garage on his own, and you can follow the thread over here. But essentially, he bought the twin turbo kit. Now you can go over here and look at it. He linked the description. It is $1,859. Now the cheapest twin turbo kit you can get is about $6,400 right now. That's Hellion's twin turbo sleeper kit. Okay, so for $6,500. Now this one is about $1,900 without the turbos. So you do have to buy the turbos. I looked up the turbos. They're roughly about $500 each, maybe $600 each. So you add the $1,200 to this, and you're over. So 1,000 would be 2,800. You're still under $3,000 for the turbo kit. So that's still below half the price of the Hellion sleeper kit, which is kind of interesting. So for half price, now the downside to this kit is you're gonna have to do some custom work. You're gonna have to make some, like if you look through here, he's had to make lots of custom parts. I'm sure, I don't know how well the manifolds are going to fit, the downpipes are going to fit, how the oil lines and the water lines, tapping into the oil pan. You're going to have to do a lot of custom stuff, and but this dude is doing this in his garage, so props to you, man. And so if you want to look at all the details, it's over on Mustang 6G. I'll link that in the description below, but I just wanted to go over some of the pros and cons to doing something like this on your own. I've worked on cars since I was about 16 years old, and I did a full turbo kit on the MR2, and I had a turbo Supra, so I had to deal with that. And a lot of times, my biggest issue, like I said, was the adapter plate. It broke. It cracked on me a couple times, and working on an MR2 to get that off and on, that the turbo manifold was just, the adapter was just a pain, since the engine's in the back of the car. It might be a little bit easier on a Mustang. Hopefully it doesn't crack on him. A lot of people that I've seen, they replace the manifolds with a cast manifold. That's ideally what you would want, is a cast manifold. But as you can see, let's see if we can get some images of the manifolds. The manifolds they look sturdy here, but it's hard to tell. I don't have a close-up of I believe this is, I'm not sure. I believe that's the factory. Yeah, and then that would be the aftermarket. So they've gotten better at doing their welds, it looks like. The only concern is if you have a heavy turbo sitting right on the manifold, that puts a lot of stress and weight on that manifold. Now it might be, you have to look at the way that the turbo's sitting and pulling on that manifold to see where it's going to be stressed. And if they're smart, they have a bracing on the manifold that will hold it up and give it some rigidity, so it doesn't just. And as you can see, there's some fitment issues. I mean, I believe this is like the parking brake. it's not going to work here. So this is a wastegate. So you're going to have to do some custom stuff. Yeah, there's the header, there's the where you bolt the turbo on. It's the wastegate dump, and it's obviously obstructed, so you're going to have to figure that out. Chopped it off and repositioned it and welded it back up. Not a big deal. I mean, so if you have access to something to chop that off with, something to weld it up, then you're good and you're a customizer. Now, if you took this to a shop, they might charge you, if they charge you $1,500 to put on a Hellion kit, they might charge you, another $1,500 to do all this custom work, maybe even more than that. So, if you're not going to do it on your own, you might not be saving any money at all, right? You might be better off just doing the $6,500 kit from Hellion. If you're going to do it yourself and you don't mind customizing some stuff, getting your hands dirty, learning a lot about your car, and dealing with the potential of having some reliability issues with the manifolds, I think the turbos are fine. They're going to go, I don't think they're going to last 100,000 miles like some higher quality stuff, but I think that they would last 40, 60,000 miles, not a big deal, as long as you don't spin the crap out of them, which I don't think anybody's going to be turning the boost super high on this kit unless you have a built bottom end, right? So you're probably not going to be overspinning the turbos. The cost is, so the pros would be the cost, obviously, and the value, and the downside is definitely going to be the fitment issues. Putting all this up together, it's not just a bolt on and go kit, obviously. And the quality and the reliability, how many times you want to be taking your car apart, adjusting things, driving it, something is loose, something is rubbing, something is leaking, going back, fixing it. Now, if you want to save $3,000, you can do all this on your own, and that's pretty amazing. You're gonna make 700 horsepower for $3,000. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know in the comment section if you think this is something that would be worth your time, or if you think that you should, just spend the extra. It's double the price, the Hellion kit. So just consider that. It's double the price. Is it worth double the price to just go ahead and have a kit that's a little bit more bolt-on, or is this the kit to go with? If you guys like these style videos, let me know in the comment section. And also, I wanted to show you on the Amazon, they're selling these kits. So go over to, I'm gonna drop the link below. You can actually check out. They make custom. I couldn't believe this. They make turbo header manifold kits for a 64 to 68 Mustang with a 289. Like, that's such a random. I mean, it's really cool. Like, how cool would that be? Have like a sleeper Mustang with this turbo kit on it. But go ahead. They've got the Fox body turbo kits. You're gonna want to buy your own turbo, but I mean, there's the manifolds and everything. So pretty interesting if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you want to do that stuff in your garage and you have the tools to do that. So I'll put some of these links in the description below, but check out the Amazon for sure. And he's got these turbos mounted up. It looks like he needs to clock them, turn them around a little bit. We'll see how he does that. And check out his build thread. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know if you would rather do this, save $3,000, do it yourself, or spend the 65 and just go with the Hellion twin turbo kit. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.